I'm gonna have these niggas stomp on your grave, dog.
Oh, bro.
It's up from here. It's up from here.
You can't even. How about next time I break your fucking neck? It's about time.
I just want to give a shout out to my nigga Wing C for beating the fuck out of this bitch ass nigga, Crazy Legs, bro. I can't stand this nigga, bro. I wish Simone Beast did it, but you know, they wanted to do different styles of fights. I would love to see Mike and Mike beat his ass too. But yeah, shout out my nigga Wing C, my most trusted ally and friend. We're gonna do a tag team soon, brother. I'll keep you updated, bro, next time I come.
Stand up, bitch. Why you so scared? Why you wrestle? Why you wrestle like a bitch? Why you wrestle like a bitch? So let me say this. Hold on. So we agree that you guys aren't in the same genre of fights. So why are we talking? Listen, our motto is glove up or shut up. So if we're not going to glove up, what are we going to do? We're going to shut up. All right.
Yo, dog. Scarface should have made that fight happen. Oh my god, that would have been so hype, bro. I fucking hate this nigga Crazy Legs, bro. Simone Beast would have whooped his ass. Yo, Scarface, is there any way you can make that fight possible, bro? I would love to see Simone Beast tear that nigga a new one, bro. Hate that dude. Yeah, bro, please make that fight happen, bro, if you can. That needs to happen, bro. And at some point, I want to gain some weight. I want to be at least 150, and then I'm coming after that nigga too. And yo,
happy Mother's Day to everybody, to all the beautiful queens out there, all the beautiful moms. Happy Mother's Day.
All the MILFs.
All the beautiful MILFs, all the BBLs, all the single moms out there coming down that pole, you know what I mean? Put bread and milk on the table. But,
bro, what did we just watch? Because that last piece, that caught me off guard. I had never seen that one.
I was looking at your reaction in the screen. You're like, "Whoa, shit!" Yeah. So I was a recap of the week. I mean, we had the biggest. Beast had one of the biggest fights in history. Illuminate the State, who will be on against Death Sentence. Death Sentence is just on this high horse, Mighty Mouse training, the huge fight, and then he's been on the tear all week. He's been talking crazy shit. He's been talking shit. You heard him talking crazy about Crazy Legs, which I think we all know Crazy Legs would end this guy's soul in 30 seconds if that fight ever happened. He's been talking reckless, and there was a lot of controversy from the fight to his call-outs. Face made maybe like 3 or 4 videos. The great Daniel the Wizard made a post, his thoughts on the fight, the way he talks about people. Why does he get away with the things he does and say, and why all of us got to be muzzled and stay quiet? You could say reckless shit like you just saw. So, yeah. What were your thoughts on the fight before we bring on Illuminate the State? What were your thoughts on the whole fight and everything that happened afterwards?
So first and foremost, man, it's the perfect matchup as far as just the two fighters themselves. The controversy, man, it's I don't know, man. It's something else. It's definitely something else. You know, I don't know the full ins and outs of what caused it. You know what I'm saying? But I know from what I've seen in the past, I've never seen Illuminate the State. I've never seen that fighter act like what's going on in this situation, right? He's always been respectful when I've seen him. He's always been, you know, level-headed, you know, On the other hand, we have death sentence. Death sentence has been death sentence since the jump, and death sentences become more powerful through the internet, through his fans, through the plug with Mighty Mouse. You know what I'm saying? Like that gave him that boost, you know, on top of what he was already doing. Moving straight to the fight, I didn't like the fact that Illuminate gave up. I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, those punches weren't doing much to him.
Mhm.
So I wonder what was going on mentally, psychologically, right? Also, too, there were people bringing up the fact that maybe the choke prior to that, maybe you know, maybe he was in a state of you know, maybe he was not himself because of that choke that he was in. You know, that's possible. Who knows? But ultimately, he had the decision. He had the choice to either continue the fight or not, and he chose not to. Death sentence was hitting in the back of the head. He was. I wouldn't say he was purposely hitting him in the back of the head. It looks like flailing punches is just what it is, point blank. Whether he's standing, whether he's grounded, you know, the way he punches is the way he punches. No excuse. But the question is, could Illuminate do something else in that fight? And I think he could have. That's really what I feel. You know, I feel like if Illuminate really just, I don't know, man, had a dose of confidence and, you know, went out there, you know what I'm saying, and just did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the punches were addressed by the ref at some point. I will take into account that crowd was loud.
Crazy. One of the craziest crowds I've
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
seen. Rowdy.
Corey, the referee, was attempting to initiate something a lot sooner than what it looks like on the film. You would have to see the ref's cam to see he's trying to make, you know, he's trying to make sense, and he's trying to direct in a chaotic moment, right? He acknowledges the fact that the fighter was hitting in the back of the head. He warns him. He's willing to deduct a point. Where these points are tallied, where these points come from, I'm not sure. But nonetheless, he acknowledged what was going on. He gave Illuminate the opportunity to make a decision, and he wasn't waiting, right? He wasn't waiting. And Illuminate made the decision to not continue. Now, days after the fact, there was comments being made that kind of made me wonder. You know what I mean? I heard the statement, if they're not going to protect me, I'm going to protect me. In other words, maybe he felt like he was in danger, and if no one's coming to save him, then he's going to get himself out of there. Again, I don't agree with that decision. We're here to fight. We're here to finish. But it makes me wonder, like, do you really feel like you was in danger, bro?
And we're gonna,
you know what I'm saying? To the point in which, oh, they're
himself.
not going to save me. Let me go ahead and find a route to get out myself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. Like,
Well, Daniel's post. Daniel counted over 20 punch. The post has been deleted by the powers that be. Took that down with the quickness because Daniel was getting a lot of love from every branch because he made a lot of good points. Like, hey, you don't. To you, it might have looked like, bro, those are like patty cake punches. But bro, Daniel said he counted over 20 something punches, and you don't know how that feels to the back of that dome. Even like,
I've been hit. I've been hit behind the head. Yeah, I do.
Bro,
But with power. But with power.
Dizzy like this. You're dizzy like this, yeah. But like you said, in the moment of being choked and hit, rolled around.
Yeah, it's adding up. It's all adding up.
constant little punches to the back of the dome. And then, I don't know if you saw a post, but there was like a doctor surgeon in the OG yard, and he jumped in under Face's last video. Probably got deleted as well. And he was like, "Yo, I'm like in the medical field, and let me tell you, it only takes like so much pressure to
Right.
So I'm giving you a medical standpoint. He was being hit repeatedly over and over. You don't know how it feels. You could be like, you quit, you should have finished, but you don't know how homeboy felt. So we have a man himself. Now, for you that don't know, Illuminate the State had to delete his social media because he was getting death threats. They were talking about his kids. They were getting personal. You know how social media could be, man. It's an evil place. So he was getting trolled and harassed where he had to delete social media, and he's been quiet. He hasn't said a word. He's been sitting back for a week, watching people talk shit about him. You quit or you this and that. We've seen the clips. So now we have Illuminate the State himself for the first time. He's going to jump on. He's chilling in the Tesla. He got some good service, hopefully.
Hey guys.
What's up, man?
It takes a lot to jump in that cage, no matter who you fight against, especially going across the country. I've been there against that crazy crowd, is crazy hostile. Now, Illuminate the State, you could finally tell us after seeing those clips, all the shit talking before, after, during the fight. What went on? Were you hurt? Tell us.
Yeah, so those clips were actually like the first times of like me watching anything. I literally have not watched any videos from like any branch or any YouTube or anyone making, you know, things about it. But yeah, and I guess like I had a different mindset before the fight, and then in the fight, I guess it just completely changed. I wasn't thinking the same. I don't know. I guess I was blinded. It wasn't even the fact of like not winning the fight. I guess it was like as soon as the cage locked, it went from like to me forgetting everything that I worked on in training and just like wanting to hurt him. I guess, you know, because it's like I just watching that clip right there, like just the first few seconds of how I started the fight. I thought I started it a completely different way, you know. So it was just a lot of stuff going back and forth. You know, just like you both were saying, especially you, Samke, about like the back of the head punches, and I totally agree with you. Like, and I agree with everyone who's said something about it. Like, yeah, there were head punches, but there was literally no reason why I should have quit. You know, because there's been people who've had worse things happen and they've gone on. You know what I'm saying? Even in street beast fights, there's times that I believe I watched some matches where they've actually got split open. You know, it's like look at like Crazy Legs, like, you know, his cut got cut open and he still continued. You know, he had a busted eye and he was still fighting. You know, he could have stopped. He didn't even have to fight, but he literally got in there and fight with the fucking cut up eye. You know what I'm saying? And then I go out there and I quit because I got hit in the back of the head. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like whoever you look at it, like the back of the head punches are wrong, but they're still like, I do agree. And like, I'm definitely 100% disappointed in my performance going out there and quitting like that, because like me, myself, I can take a lot of damage. So that just made me seem like a little girl, you know, a quitter. And that's, you know, that's definitely not who I am.
Well, you know, the fact that how many fights do you have, bro? Total.
In street beefs, I think, yeah, I have 11 now with this death sentence one.
That says something in itself, bro. Regardless to wins or losses, right? You keep coming back. You know what I'm saying? That says something about you and your character. You know, there's something on the inside that says, you know what, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, like I said, like it looks like it, you know, judging on the outside, it looked like you had enough to continue, right? But the question is, what's going on up here? Because that's why we're quitting, right? That's why, you know, we find ourselves in this predicament or similar predicaments. You know what I mean? Because I believe, you know, you're strong enough to take that guy out. You know what I'm saying? Or give us a
100%,
three-round war.
100%. Like I know like a big thing that everyone's going to, like a big talking point for everyone that everyone's like liking and blowing up right now is that chokehold on the floor. I mean, it wasn't a lot. Yeah, it might have looked like he was doing stuff, but like it wasn't that much damage. I mean, if it was a lot of like pain and stuff on me, I would have tapped out. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been able to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was just like in that moment, it wasn't like because I know like Corey, he was doing a great job as like the reffing, and like I said, like I didn't like really notice a lot of things or hear anything. So like after, you know, I did watch like some of the things that other people had like on their cell phones and stuff, and like I did notice that, you know, Corey did try and like stop him and stuff, but it was just like in my head at the moment, it mixed with like the hatred that I had for death sentence mixed with like the other stuff. I guess like I think I just like in my head at the moment I just didn't want to deal with it, you know, not the fact is like I was hurt, I just didn't want to have to deal with it or deal with it at all. It wasn't the
Let me
fact
ask
that like
you.
I thought like Corey wasn't doing like his job, like he does a great job as a referee. It's just like I guess in my mind at the moment I was like, you know, like I'm not gonna deal with this right now.
Yeah, it was a huge moment. I wanted to ask you, did the crowd, did the internet, did the bullshit antics, did that affect you?
I would say a little bit. Not like the bullshit antics, but like the crowd, like the atmosphere, like that was probably like the one of like 619 said, like the biggest crowd like I've seen, like
Yeah,
reactions and like as in like
yeah.
noise and everything at a street beefs event in general. So I mean, yeah, it almost felt like could have been like a live actual event, you know, like at a, you know, arena or something, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that kind of got to me a little bit, but you know, which like kind of like on the inside of my head, I was like even more so like I can't lose because, you know, that'd be like even more of an embarrassment. But then I go ahead and quit like I did. So it like defeats the purpose.
You know what? Speaking about the whole crowd and the whole talking shit, we have a clip of behind the scenes of you two going at it. It's kind of epic. If you guys are both trash talking, play that for me, producer, please.
Oh, hey! Measure that range, Dad. Measure the range. I can feel that. All right, we got it. All right. You better be ready. Hey, what are you gonna do? You better be ready. All right, get your autograph after the fight. I should get some knots on that flying shit. You're going to slide into the fucking floor. You pussy ass nigga. It's gonna be your first match by knockout by slamming into the floor. Hey, you tell him that. When I talk your shit, this is gonna all come back from everybody. Bro, I'm gonna knock
Crazy
you out.
legs,
I'm gonna knock you
everybody.
out, dog. I'm gonna work crazy like this bitch ass sack. Get him over here.
I'm for everybody. I'm gonna shut you up for everybody.
Oh, I'm gonna knock you out, bro.
It's about time the internet knows you're a joke.
I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna have these niggas stomp on your grave, dog.
It might be a joke to you, but it ain't no fucking joke to me. I'm about to fucking hurt you. May God have mercy on your ass because I sure fucking won't.
Yeah, that shit's that was stupid. So like, you know how disrespectful death sentence is, right?
So
He pulled in
before the fight too, right? That was before the fight. So
yeah, so he pulled in. When he first pulled in, he was looking for me, and then when he spotted me, he already was flipping me off before he even parked and got out the car. He's like, "There's that bitch ass nigga, fuck you," and then like I'm like, over there with everyone. I'm like, what the? And then that's like at that point, like I was like, whatever. I might as well get this dude stupid. Why the hell, why is he doing this type of stuff already?
And that's
Like,
what I meant by the antics, right?
yeah.
Like, in my mind, from what I'm seeing, he's powering up behind this shit.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at you and you're really invested in these moments. Are you losing energy? Are you feeding into that? Or is it just whatever?
I would say half and half. Like, I definitely am feeding into it more than like my original like feelings and such like position, like how I was in the first place.
Yeah.
Definitely the antics do play a part, like big time.
Cameras.
Yeah, cameras. We had like, I don't know, like 3, 4, 5 different film crews there, and it's like everyone's recording something. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen so many people in the cage in my life. I felt like there was like you see the comments too. Like, why are there so many people in the cage? There's like 6 cameras in the crew. Faith, of course, Corey, of course. But like that should be it. Like 2 cameras tops. There's so many people in that fucking cage. Did that throw you off as well? Just like,
No, I didn't really pay attention to like the people in the cage. I think I knew like Mighty Mouse's dude was in there, and then like the other one who records for the OG art, but yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to the cameras.
So Daniel had a good question. What was Daniel's question? Daniel had asked a good question to that.
What started this from the very beginning? Because this was brewing. This has been brewing for about a year now.
Okay.
So we need to know, how do y'all know each other? Why would y'all be talking to each other and talking about a fight?
All right, so I believe he was I mean, from the gate, like you guys said, like he's been dead sentenced from the beginning. He's been disrespectful, talking his trash, for everyone. But he started I believe on Crazy Legs and Lights Out, but then it was getting crazy like how he does, but it wasn't like me, like how I immediately came out and was like, oh yeah, you better stop, I'm gonna beat you up or stuff like that. No, I was like, I merely just like let him know, like in a nice way, not even like angry or anything, like be like, you should like calm down a little bit, man. Like, Crazy Legs and Lights Out, like they can seriously hurt you. I mean, like I get like the people you fight and stuff, but like they're way, way levels above them and they can seriously hurt you, dude. And then I guess like he took that as like offensive, and like I wasn't trying to be offensive in the first place. And then he immediately goes to, man, fuck you, bitch, fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about, bitch, fuck you, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And it gets stupid. So then I told him, I was like, dude, like you ever come over here, like that's when I started. That's when I told him, I'm like, that's different from you going over there. But like, dude, I told you, like, I live over here, man. It's like I can go over there, like no problem. And then he's like, man, I'll go over there and slap you, bitch, and shit like that. And it's like, dude, like I'm trying to be nice and calm, and then he immediately always wants to go for like right away angry, like like friction, like it makes no sense. So then I think the original plan was like last year was the like a couple months before was the West Coast anniversary last time, and I think when like the planning was first going into it, I believe I had mentioned it, since it was going to be like, it was like an invasion sort of for like the OG yard, and I had mentioned it to like Daniel and everyone else, that it would be a good idea, that'd be perfect. And I knew that like, I know it would be like a awesome fight, like a popular fight to have, for the West Coast anniversary. And everyone agreed, and we got to work on getting him over here. But like the thing is like I stopped, like at that moment, like I had stopped talking shit, but Death Sentence didn't. He continued, and it wasn't like he just moved away from everyone else and was like just stuck on me for a little bit. And then I, was still being nice to him and was like, calm down, man, just chill. It's over with already, and he didn't stop. So I mean, I thought of like the the quickest way I knew I would get to him was to, I guess, cosplay as him, I guess you would say. So I went and got his headband that he likes to wear, and then I went on Amazon and bought some fake hillbilly prop teeth. And
Oh, you got the teeth?
I forgot, somebody had mentioned it to me. I forgot the person who mentioned it to me that I should be called death penalty. It wasn't originally my idea, because I took a picture with the headband and the teeth, and then I forgot the person who told me, and they were like, "Oh damn, you should be called death penalty. That's gonna be a good one." And I did, and then the first time he saw me as that, I became his public enemy #1 because he didn't like that. But I mean, I was doing it for a reason, because I knew it was going to make a point to him and like get his attention and make him focus directly on me only, which it did. Because even before like the Mighty Mouse stuff, like the videos he recorded, like I wasn't even talking shit. Like I wasn't doing any comments or nothing. I had stopped for months, and then out of nowhere,
Can't get a word.
he starts coming out with all this stuff again. When the idea came about that I was going to go over there and fight him at the OG yard, I still didn't start talking shit again. You know what I'm saying? I just kept quiet. And then once things got confirmed and got more closer, then here comes Death Sense talking this shit. All of a sudden he's doing the videos with Mighty Mouse, talking shit about me, and it's like, yeah, like I quit. But the thing is like, you didn't beat me by submission. You didn't beat me by punches. Yeah, they gave you a TKO victory, but it wasn't how a TKO victory should actually be. You didn't stop. It wasn't from ref stoppage. The ref didn't stop me because you were beating the shit out of me on the floor. You didn't submit me. I would have submitted on the floor, but he has fucking chicken arms and can't fucking do anything. It
But
was
before we get to the conclusion, right?
Yeah, it was scratching my throat more than anything.
Hmm?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I saw a comment on the thing, like in like probably like 10-15 minutes ago. Somebody said something about him scratching me. Like, yeah, you can see the freaking clips. Like, I mean, I cut my nails. Like, I cut my nails before a fight. How come this fool didn't fucking take the time to to cut his nails? Like, I had fucking deep ass scratches on my fucking chest on both sides. I'm not like, again, I'm not complaining about anything. I shouldn't have quit in the first place. I had fucking scratches on the fucking side of my face. In the video, you'll see, it looked like there's some blood right there. If you zoom in, I don't know if you can see him zoomed in, but on the fight or even after, once like I got home and like the redness of the skin went away and I took a shower and everything, definitely you can see like finger scratches on my face. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, again, like no matter how the fight should have went, I shouldn't have quit, because like just like you said, Samke, like I definitely could have went. I could have went on 100%, and I could have definitely did a lot more than what I showed and like the performance that I put on. And I mean, like I'm not like trying to push for it or nothing, because I mean that's just gonna start up a whole bunch of problems again with all of its fans. So I mean, so if it happens, a rematch happens, it's definitely going to be different than what happened the first time. He can do whatever the hell he wants, because I'm definitely not going to be quitting. They're going to have to be the ones pulling me off of him.
So let's touch on real quick. Go ahead, 619.
I was gonna say, besides his antics, his sharp nails, did his huge cup also bother you? Was that distracting? Like when he like jumped on you, could you feel like he felt his cup like rubbing on your back when he was put that choke in? Was that also a distraction?
So during the in the middle of the controversy of like the back of the head shots, I did see like some comments different places about people saying that I was clothing, that yeah, there was back of the head shots, but there was clothing grabbing as well. You know what I'm saying? If I believe I might have, but it was more than likely when I was trying to get the takedown. But I believe I might have fucking accidentally fucking touched his shit fucking on accident, dude.
Yeah.
trying to get that takedown, dude. I was like, I thought it was his leg, but I looked and I was like, oh fuck, that's something else.
Yeah, that's a different muscle, huh? Yeah, that elephant's strong. Good thing they didn't put you in a rear naked choke, huh? Imagine that.
I think probably that's what was hitting me in the back of the head too, not his fucking hands, dude.
Yo,
Definitely not organic.
you remember we had a game plan? I said he's gonna run into like a spider monkey, and all you gotta do is put your big ass foot up and front kick Anderson Silva him to oblivion, knockout viral. When he ran at you, you kind of like swerved away and tried to throw like a hook. I thought just put your
Yeah,
fist.
see, like that's like what happened there was like actually that what I planned to do that. Like that's why I told him don't come out. He didn't do his jumping stuff he does all the way. He did a little tiny bit, but he didn't do it like high up in the air like in his other fights that he did. Because you know what I'm saying? But like the thing is like I that's what I wanted to do and that's what I planned to do and that's what I imagined I thought I was gonna do. But you know, I did you showed it in that clip. I think I saw like he came, I dodged and I tried to throw a punch. And like I probably should have threw the punch a different way and it probably would have went differently. But you know, I live and I learned my lessons and you know, just gotta come back stronger.
Yeah. Sonke, you were about to say something before I interrupted you, sir.
This ain't it, but you trained with 619 prior to this fight, correct?
Couple times, yeah.
Couple times, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just blame 619 on this one. Yeah. This is all him right here.
Perfect game plan. Takedown. We didn't talk about takedowns. Why did you go for a takedown? We did not do takedowns.
And I was like, look, when I seen the attempt at first, when I saw the attempt, I was like, yeah. And then I was like, wait, he ain't all the way take him down. Like they're falling together. They're like sliding to the ground together. Like, no, take him down.
Okay, you know why I was against a takedown? Because his head's gonna be right there with that elephant's trunk, man. You know what I mean?
You can't fight two people on the ground at once, bro.
Seemed like he was trying to force it there, but I mean, I don't know. Fucking when I fell, like kind of looked like on camera, like his hands were pushing me a certain way, but fuck it.
Yeah. First Street Beefs threesome ever. What I wanted to bring up, you have touched on a point earlier where you mentioned his fans and having to deal with them along with the antics in a rematch, right?
Yeah.
For the people who don't realize, right, we see this guy, Death Sentence, and we see, you know, we see the clout, we see the fandom, we see the internet, we see all the positive sides for Death Sentence, but nobody gets to see what happens on the opposite side of his opponents, right?
Yeah.
Not only are you fighting Death Sentence, but you're essentially fighting the internet, and the internet is undefeated. You know, you're going into enemy territory. We're all family, we're all street beefs, but it's fight day. We're going into enemy territory. We got the crowd, we got the camera crews. You know what I'm saying? I heard you had to deal with things as far as like the fans outside of the fight, after the fight. If you want to talk about that, or did you want to not?
Yeah, I can talk about that. Yeah, so usually I don't really have like a lot of social media pages. I mean, I do have a TikTok, but I've never really posted stuff on there. I just have it like linked to like other stuff for people to just like be a follower on. But I usually just have Facebook and then Instagram, and you know, but Instagram I do use like a lot more. But you know, that's the one where it got really bad. Like I mean, even there, like I forgot how many followers I have. I think I probably had like 1,000 or maybe like 1,500 or whatever. But you know, I've only had like maybe 7 pictures, and I only had like one picture I posted about me and Death Sentence, and it was like me like holding Death Sentence in a headlock, like the headlock he had me in, but it was like opposite, like switched, you know. But immediately, like not even like as soon as like the fight ended, it started slowly. Like I started getting comments underneath my pictures, and I was like, it's okay, it's whatever. It's no big deal. Like, I suck, you're a wuss puss, you fucking quit, you're a quitter. I'm like, that's normal stuff, and like, like, I deserve it. But then, like, it started getting worse, because then it started going from like a couple of days, and then like the next day when I woke up, man, I had like hundreds of freaking comments on my stuff about like, you suck, it's no right. I want to fight you now. You're making fun of death sentence because you called him, retarded. It's not cool. I want to fight you now. I got kids with special needs. And I'm like in my head, I'm like, dude, it's not like I went out of my way and saw death sentence. I'm like, yo, I'm a bully, want to be a bully and want to attack death sentence. Like, he did the stuff he did, and obviously it's supposed to have repercussions. You don't just do things for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I was just like letting it go, but then it moved from the comments to my DMs, and when it went to the DMs, it started getting way worse. It went from like 100 to like 500. I started deleting, blocking people, and then it just seemed like they just kept creating different profiles and stuff, and then it's like, then it just moved from like me and death sentence to about like my son. Then they started sending me pictures from like my Facebook and stuff, talking about like,
No.
oh yeah, like, oh my god, I can't believe like he has this much of a pussy as a dad and shit and all this other crap. I'm like, guys, it's a fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are acting like I went out of my way to go pick on death sentence. I didn't. He has a mouth. Like, it's known. You know what I'm saying? So I just deactivated it, and it's been cool for a little bit. I mean, I am tagged on like my YouTube fights. So like on my email, like, you get notifications and emails of when people comment. So like I see the comments on there, and it's like the same thing, and they're starting to roll over there. But the thing is, it's not my YouTube, so I don't see them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you need to fight me, stop avoiding me, the same thing. And I'm like, guys, it's not like I'm not even saying nothing, and you guys are over here fucking acting like death sentence is some innocent little child because he got blown up a bit by Mighty Mouse. He can, do whatever he wants, and it's not cool. I even spoke to like his cameraman before that, and like it wasn't like, but after the fight, after everything, and like it was like before I left, because I had to leave early a little bit to go catch my flight to come back. And I saw his Mighty Mouse's cameraman, and I went up to him a little bit and like, quietly, and I was like, if you could, pass the word to Mighty Mouse, man, like, cause like it's obvious on camera. I mean, like, it was in that moment when I said, obviously now I have a different like mindset and viewpoint of the situation. But like at that moment, I was like, if you can pass the word to Mighty Mouse, is like, how did he train him? Did he even do anything at all? Like, because I mean, like, I get like, okay, yeah, I quit, but like he was scratching me, he was doing this, and I was telling him, and
Yeah.
I spoke with this cameraman probably for like 5-10 minutes, and told him to get a word to Mighty Mouse, and then, but I mean, I'm not sure if he did, if they talked to him about it, or if Mighty Mouse talked to Death Sense about his situation. I mean, yeah, he got the win, but did Mighty Mouse talk to him about how he acted himself in the fight? I mean, I have people talking to me about how I acted. That's what I'm saying. Like, did Mighty Mouse talk to him? Colin talk to him about how his performance was? How he acted as a fighter? I don't think he did, because I mean, from posts from his YouTube and like Twitter or whatever, it doesn't seem like he really cared, and just is still going all in and trying to milk death sentence for everything he can right now. And it's not
Hey,
even
well,
it's not even freaking hate. It's like, yeah, I quit, and like it brings me back to the point. Like, yeah, I quit, but the thing is like you said, like nobody's like showing him reality. Like, why does everyone keep putting him and keeping him on the high horse when reality he should be all the way down here? It's you don't do stuff like that.
yeah.
What's next for Illuminate the State? Do we want a rematch? If we could get that dweeb, that dork, to the West Coast anniversary event for the rematch, would you accept that? If we could somehow get him on a plane. We know it's been tough. trying to get him onto a plane. You know, it takes a lot of work to get that guy anywhere. Would you accept the fight if me and Daniel could pull some strings and get him out here for the anniversary? Because he was already supposed to come out here once and he failed. Yeah. So maybe we can do it. Would you fight him again?
Oh, 100%. I'm taking. I'll do a rematch. I definitely want that. And like, like how you said, like it's difficult getting him on the plane. And with the thing with the anniversary and with Scarface coming, I believe like that can also play a part in like making a successful travel arrangement for Death Sentence. Because Scarface is coming, he can also probably make sure he goes with him and sticks with him as well. So he actually comes.
So Free Smoke posted earlier. He said that Death Sentence is scheduled, and he's scheduled to fight. Who was it? He's supposed to fight somebody. He said, was it Blue Devil, Handsome Blue Devil? But I mean, it would make sense for you guys to rematch if that could happen. Because the guy that Smoke hasn't matched up with is gonna win. You know, but I don't want us to skip past the fact that you brought up a good point on, is anyone talking to him about his performance and his behavior after the performance? We saw that Daniel had made a post and he touched on several different points, all true, relevant to the situation and to the I mean, it's the truth, bro. All relevant to what's going on, right? And it affects all branches, right? No one fighter is above street beefs and street beefs fundamental rules and laws, right? We're supposed to be a community, a brotherhood, a sisterhood at times, and like what is being done about what he's doing, because I can't think of too many fighters who would be allowed to do that and not get addressed. I mean, usually when we have fighters do things that they shouldn't, 619, you're muted, they get addressed at some point. It doesn't take too long for something that gets out of hand to get addressed. And that's in every branch, right? Because we've had situations in every branch, some big, some small. But when we're talking about integrity, behavior, conduct, I don't know, man. It seems like if I were to show up and do that as ref, it don't even matter. It seems like if I was to act like that, I'd be asked to leave. Well, what would you say, Free Smoke, if a fighter came to your yard on your property and acted the way that Death Sentence acted, what would be your reaction? I know you'd have a reaction. What would be your reaction, Free Smoke? And really to anybody, to any fighter, any staff member, you know what I mean? Like, as that's what it is, you believe the views trump everything. I mean,
views is money.
That's what it's looking like.
I mean, the fight got 1 million views, I believe, in a couple of days, and my other fight that has over 1 million is the one with Gash, and that took like a year, like a couple years to get to 1 million views. And my fight with Death Sentence got 1 million in like a couple days, so it's like
racks. That's like 10 racks right there. That's 10 G's right there, boy. You know what I mean? Those pay the bills right there. Those views.
That's the algorithm working for the name Death Sentence, the fighter Death Sentence.
Yeah, this was one of his like most it's probably his biggest fight, right? Because the lead up Mighty Mouse.
It's both of ours. It's both of our biggest fights. Yeah,
it's not even close. This is both of y'all biggest fights. So why not y'all do it again? Because it's gonna get views again. Now you got the story behind it. You got the build up, all the behind the scenes, all the shit talking. It would just make the rematch just so much more crazier, bro. It would be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. If the rematch happens, I'm not going to be definitely not going to be the same way I was before. I'm not going to be definitely coming in calm-headed. You know, I'm not going to be all crazy. I'm not going to have the same reactions and stuff like, you know, I did before. Yeah, I don't like the dude, and yeah, you know, I feel a certain way about him, but it still doesn't excuse, you know.
But that's mature on your part, right? You know, and treating this with respect, you know, as every fighter should. You know what I'm saying? Like a beef fight is a beef fight, even with beef fights, right? Like, isn't it over with after the fight? Isn't it often said like we ain't supposed to be talking about, you know, some beef shit once we handle the beef?
Yeah,
You
so
know,
like
so
that's a good point, Sam King, to bring that up. Like, I was already calmed down and everything after the fight, and like I was asked if he, you know, if I wanted to go over there and squash the beef, and I believe it's on camera. Like
yeah,
there's a
I
video
saw it.
that's like, I went over there and like you know, I was mainly it's like, okay, like if you can like just admit, bro, like man to man, I'm coming over here talking to you man to man. You can admit you didn't fight fair. I'm not saying I'm not trying to take anything away from you. I quit. I'm not trying to take anything away. Like you can admit that, you know, you didn't win the fight because you didn't beat me, you know, by punches or submission, you know. But then he immediately goes to fuck you, bitch ass nigga, fuck you. And I'm like, dude, what do you like? I just merely came over here to just like try and like have like an adult conversation, squash the beef like people are asking me to. You know what I'm saying? And then he immediately goes to fuck you. I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess. And so like it just, it didn't end.
Yeah. You know, and stuff like that, bro, is like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
What are we
at that
doing?
moment, I literally at that moment before that, when I was asked to go up to him, I was in my head, I was like, okay, like yeah, maybe I'm like maybe this shit is like over already, you know, maybe there's some stupid shit, maybe I need to be over it already, you know, I'm fucking, you know, I shouldn't be dealing with this child shit. But then like he reacted the way he reacted, and then like immediately in my head just like fucking like erased everything I was fucking thinking about and wanting to do, and immediately jumped back into the fire mode, you know, and the fire to flight mode, and it's like, you know, how, you know, fuck you, I just came over here trying to be respectful, and then you continue to do that. I mean, like, yeah, I quit, and yes, you won, but I quit, you didn't knock me out, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's the main point. I quit, and I'm 100% disappointed in myself, and I have a lot of people who are disappointed too, and they have every right to be. But I didn't get knocked out. He didn't submit me, so he shouldn't be. At the end of the day, yes, he got a one, but he shouldn't be acting the way he's still acting.
I agree, man.
Because
And
I
you
mean, like
know,
if I could, like shit, like if I had the money, I mean, I'm not poor, but I'm not rich. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I had the money to fly out to Virginia all the time, like shit, I fucking would fly out there again immediately and, you know, fight him again. But, you know, I can't. You know, got shit to handle over here on the West Coast.
yeah, man. I just had a brain fart. You are muted, sir. We cannot hear you, 619. But we do see the leg,
Yeah. Crazy
the
legs.
local leg.
No, illuminate. We're gonna let Crazy Legs talk his shit. But,
Yeah.
thank you for coming on. Keep training, bro. Keep coming to the gym with me.
I didn't know I was in.
Appreciate you,
Thank
brother.
you, man. Thank you guys for having me.
I'm
Absolutely.
sideways. The fuck? How do I fix?
Crazy
What up, bro?
How's
Legs.
it going? How's it going, people?
Crazy Legs. You also had a crazy fight with Wing C. You know, we played the clip. You know, play the clip again of
Perfect. Yeah, we need that clip again.
There we go. There we go. Hey.
Legs going crazy with.
I just want to give a shout out to my nigga Wing C for beating the fuck out of this bitch ass nigga, Crazy Legs, bro. I can't stand this nigga, bro. I wish Simone Beast did it, but you know, they wanted to do different styles of fights. I would love to see Mike beat his ass too. Yeah, shout out my nigga Wing C, my most trusted ally and friend. We're gonna do a tag team soon, brother. I'll keep you updated, bro. Next time I come. But yeah.
It's about time the internet knows you're a joke.
I'm gonna knock you off. I'm gonna
Stand up, bitch. Why you so scared? Why you wrestle? Why you wrestle like a bitch? Why you wrestle like a So let me say this. Hold on. So we agree that you guys aren't in the same genre of fights. So why are we talking? Listen, our motto is glove up or shut up. So if we're not gonna glove up, what are we gonna do? We gonna shut up. All right.
Yo, dog. Scarface should have made that fight happen. Oh my god, that would have been so hype, bro. I fucking hate this nigga Crazy Legs, bro. Samoan Beast would have whooped his ass. Yo, Scarface, is there any way you can make that fight possible, bro? I would love to see Samoan Beast tear that nigga a new one, bro. Hate that dude. Yeah, bro, please make that fight happen, bro, if you can. That needs to happen, bro. And at some point, I want to gain some weight. I want to be at least 150, and then I'm coming after that nigga too. And yo,
Hey, you know what's beautiful that I heard in that clip? The most beautiful part in that whole clip.
Tell me.
When Scarface said, "We gonna shut up." now he said that to Samoan Beast, and it was a beautiful moment. Or he said that to both of y'all, basically, right? But like that was a beautiful moment, right?
And then we go into death sentence talking reckless from a living room watching Crazy Legs, like, you know, talking crazy.
Maybe they talk to death sentence and we don't see it on camera. But I'm a firm believer.
What?
I'm a firm believer. If you're doing your shit in public, the bad in public, then the apology needs to be in public. You know, like both sides need to be. Anyway, Crazy Legs.
Shit.
Yeah, crazy. You also had a crazy weekend on the East Coast, an invasion. You had the fight with Wing C. We know Crazy Legs is a absolute amazing kickboxer. We've seen him put on some amazing performances. One of my favorite ones was against Free Smoke. You know what I mean? When you gave him a kickboxing lesson of a lifetime. You know what I mean? So that wasn't you. I'm watching you. I'm like, you couldn't get off. You couldn't let your hands go. Kind of feel like you're stuck in quicksand. Was it the moment? Was it his style, the fucking with you dancing? Like, why couldn't you get off?
There was a lot of factors to it. Like, for instance, like, just for starters, like, I had a fight before that, and like how Lume said, like, I was recovering from a really bad gash, like, over my eye, and like the cut was pretty much still open. Like, I tried to Vaseline it. I put some liquid stitches on it. I put just like a lot of stuff on it, just like hopefully keep it closed. And like I sparred the day before, and like because of that sparring, like my whole like right eye was somewhat swollen. I'm not sure if you can see in the video or not, but like I was pretty much going like almost blind in my eye a little bit. And people were telling me I shouldn't fight. My coach texted me the day of saying like, "What the hell you doing? You shouldn't be fighting," type shit. But I'm just like, I paid almost $800 just to get here, including like the car and everything. So I'm just like, I'm not trying to spend all this money just to watch fights. So like, I was originally going to fight T Nasty, but like T Nasty showed up late as fuck. So like Wing C was there, and like Wing C was always someone who I wanted to fight like a whole year, because like he has the same like vibe that I give off the street beef. So I'm like, that's a perfect fight already. But like with Wing C, like I feel like I didn't really study him at all. Like I usually, if it's someone I know for sure, like I usually like give them a little look over, see what type of style they are, how should I come at them, stuff like that. But like with Wing C, it was kind of just like a spur of the moment situation. And with that, like I really didn't get a chance to warm up at all. I was kind of just running around, smoking, doing my usual shit, and all of a sudden it was just like, "You ready to fight?" I'm just like, "Well, fuck, gotta find the gloves."
Hey.
And like for sure me fighting, like I'm a slow starter. Like just with sparring in general, like the first 2 rounds, I'm stoned. Like I can't move at all. I can't really do shit. I'm pretty much just warming up. And that fight, like I was finished just warming up while worrying about my cut. And not taking anything from Wing C, like he's a good ass fighter. Like even though he was dancing on me, like he was still accurate. He was still like popping shots. He kicked the fuck out of my Allen's apple in the first round. It was just like, fuck, I can't breathe. Like, it was like, fuck, nigga. Like, that was a clean out shot. It went straight to the Allen's apple. And like, it was a good fight for sure. Like, it's a fight I want to run back for sure if the opportunity arises. But for sure, that loss might have been a loss I needed just to fight the fire that I needed to get serious in the fight game. Because like, I'm tired of having close victories. I'm tired of having close losses. Like, it's time for me to sit down, lock in, go over the basics, and like really
Just
put effort in this shit.
Yo, I got a question. Did you fight before or after death sentence? Did you fight before that crazy crowd, or were you?
It was before, I believe. Yeah, it was before.
Okay. Yeah. Now, was it the
Sorry
moment?
about that, yo.
Was it? It was your first time fighting on the East Coast, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Was it a lot going across the country, not feeling at home? I feel like on the West Coast you kind of feel at home. Even on the West Coast, you feel comfortable fighting in our branch.
Yeah. I feel like the whole experience in drill, like, I'm not a fan of Virginia. Virginia is a really horrible place. Like, the bugs are aggressive as fuck. It's hot. The flash showers comes out of nowhere. It could be sunny as fuck, like a mile up. You can see the sky, the blue. All of a sudden, a cloud comes up, and you're in a damn thunderstorm. It's like, what the fuck's going on? Like, you can see the sky right there. But like, I was a little disappointed, like, not to break any water or whatever. Like, I was a little disappointed with the whole setup with OG Yard, like, for how long they've been around, and like being at like all main branches. Like, they were lacking a lot of like basic stuff that we all have already. And it's just stuff that like people who are outside of street beefs, like, they already assume that like we don't have that, or we already assume that we're not doing that. And it's just like, you guys been around way longer than we have. Why don't you have a doctor? Why don't you have even ground in your cage? Why don't you have a scale? Like, you're asking people your weight. Like, someone could easily lie about like 10 pounds and you wouldn't even know. Who would all know the difference? Like, why don't you have basic stuff? And that, like, for sure, like, threw me off a little bit.
So nobody got weighed in officially?
No one weighed in. It was just like, how much you weigh, sir? I was like, I might be 150. Like, I don't know. Like, there's no way to really check you on that. Like, someone can easily be lying about their weight and their skill level.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's kind of just like, why? That's basic stuff that we all have already. It's like, you guys been all around longer than we have. So like, why don't you have that?
Mm-hmm. And was it different fighting? Was it different fighting on just grass and dirt? Because I know you come from the scrapyard. That beautiful.
Like I said, like, it wasn't different. It was just the fact that the ground was uneven. Like, they cut the grass like moments before we got in the ring. Like, you can tell where like there was levels, there was elevation in the ground, and like there was dirt patches in certain areas. It was just like I get street beefs, you gotta fight on the terrain and whatnot, but it's like, fuck, we're supposed to be in a cage, y'all. Like, at least have a even level playing field.
Yeah,
if there was a scale with Sunshine, no one used that shit.
I would expect.
If there was a scale, no one used that shit.
If I'm going to the OG Yard, right, I would expect it to be the roughest, terrain. You know what I mean? Because that's where the idea came from.
Yeah, for sure. Like, they're trying to keep it OG.
Yeah. Unless y'all were at the location with the, the fancy or the indoor. Yeah. If I'm outside, I expect to be in that scenario.
Yeah, we didn't.
And to answer Darkness question, why did I let Wayne C dance on me so much? It was just like the fact that he did it, the fact that he was dancing, like, it threw me off. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, if you watch the fight, I was kind of like confused. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, this nigga's over here dancing. Like, do I punch him? Do I just let him dance? Like, the fuck? It was just like, and even then, like, while he was dancing, like, that form of dancing and shit that I do is sparring too. Like, even though he seemed like he was defenseless, like, he was still ready. He was still waiting for that counter to happen. And like, I wasn't just trying to jump in and like just run into some stupid shit because he's dancing. Like, I saw that counter waiting. So I wasn't trying to, I was confused because he was dancing, but at the same time, I was still waiting for that counter that he was obviously trying to set up.
Yeah. I felt like you could have muscled him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I could have muscled him. Like if I was warmed up, for sure. Like I could have like for sure like stood and banged with him a little more than I did have. Like just being worried about my cut and like not trying to get in there because like my whole game plan was to just like rely on my kicks mostly and just like keep my distance to protect my eye. But like the fact that he was just come at me so like aggressively, like it forced me to box him and like that kind of threw me off my game.
Yeah.
Hey, so Crazy Legs. So what was the deal with the whole iron homeboy? Why'd you guys end up in that side cage talking crazy to each other like that? And you told me personally.
Samoan bitch. Yeah. Like I told you in chat, Samoan bitch, Samoan beast. Like it all started like it literally to start the same time I started disliking death sentence. Because I was calling death sentence on his bullshit of fucking flicking off people, disrespectful and whatnot. Like we were all in the same group chat. And for some reason, Samoan Beast wanted to be a Mr. Save-A-Ho and chime in. So I'm just like, okay, you want to be Mr. Save-A-Ho? We can go. So like I was on my little, like, I was on my time. I'm like, let me say something really piss him off. So like I started talking about his mama. So I'm like, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm a goddamn MILF hunter. So I'm going to find your mom and fuck your mom right in front of you and be your stepdaddy. And like I said that shit a year ago and he's still mad about it, I guess. It was just like, I guess, like I forgot all about him. Like we really haven't talked since that like altercation. And the fact that he's still mad about it is just like, God damn, I really hurt you, kid. Like, I'm gonna tell him. But like he tried to walk up on me, try and start whatnot, whoop, whatnot. And like he wants to fight, but he won't stand and bang me. He only wants to grapple. And it's just like both guys who are going to fight, Wing C's mainly an MMA fighter. And T Nasty's mainly an MMA fighter. So, like, how can they wholeheartedly agree to a stand and bang fight, kickboxing fight, but you can't? But you're so agitated for a fight. Like, are you scared to stand and bang? Like, you don't have a stand up? Like, what is this? Because it's obviously something. If it wasn't something, he would take it because they took it. Like, what am I missing? Like, but apparently I'm the bitch for not taking the fight, but he's clearly not taking it. It's like I put the ball in his court. I'm just like, we can stand and bang. We can do more tight, even give him that little clinch option if he wanted to. But he doesn't want to do that. If you watch his fight, all he has is his takedowns. That's all he has. He has no striking defense. He fucking throws his hands like lights out. Like, I studied that fool in less than 30 minutes. Like, he has no game. He's shit. And that's why he wants to, that's why he only wants to do MMA. It's just like I don't train MMA at all. I do ground game maybe like once a week, if that. Like, why would I do MMA if I literally only train stand up? If you want to fight me, we can fight stand up in different boxing, kickboxing, or more Thai. But if you don't want to do that, well, why are you wasting my time? You're just causing all this whoop de whoop like a goddamn 18-year-old kid.
Can you show us that cut, Crazy Legs, that crazy ass cut on your face?
It's mostly healed now, but we'll see. Let me turn the light.
You can definitely see it clear as we're talking.
Yeah, like it's not as bad as it was before. Like I've seen your picture. Like I took a picture of it the day after. Like my eye was swollen as fuck. It was all bad. Like I was hesitant to go outside because my eye was just halfway closed. Like people can't see me like this.
So what's next for Crazy Legs? Are we gonna go pro? You got a fight lined up in the scrapyard?
No, I'm not even close to being pro, my guy. I still have to grind. I have at least 2 or 3 years before that's on the cards. But right now, like I said, like the loss from Wing C and loss I had for my amateur fight, like that was a loss I shouldn't have had. Like I was literally winning both rounds until the 3rd round, where bro just started fucking throwing haymakers and hooks like crazy and cut me open. Which is like that was a fight I could have won because that's really all he had was just hooks, and I was piecing him up with my jab. It was easy as fight. And I was tired as fuck when it was going on. But it's just like I'm tired of having close fights like that. So it's time for me to lock in, go to the gym, go hit some weights, like really build up who I am. It's time for me to build up the way people see me. Because obviously people see that I have talent. People seeing that I have potential to be great. like it's time for me to really get up there.
I was definitely expecting the chopping kicks, man. I was waiting for it, and like you said, you mostly was boxing for for the most part.
Yeah.
Oh, Free Smoke says, let's fight at 135 with both in the AMI scene. We both coming off L's. Let's do it. If you down to fight Free Smoke in the AMI, that'll be amazing.
I mean, we'll set it up. Like at this moment now, my coaches, I have the talking to with my coaches, so they're about to put some restrictions on me a little bit and make me lock in, like, for sure. So when it comes to street beef fights and just like fights in general, I have to run them through my coaches. So for sure, we can if we're both in a venue. Like if you're trying to come to Washington, there's a venue called All City Fight, and I for sure talk to a guy. We set that up. For sure.
Bam. There you go.
Like I'm cool with the guy who
that fight y'all had
I'm cool with the guy.
Scrapyard. Classic.
Yeah, like there's a venue in Washington. We can sure set it up. I'm cool with the guy who runs it, so it wouldn't be hard. Like he's always asking me for current fighters in street beats who wants to like get on his card, so it wouldn't be hard to set that up.
Well, there you go.
But we'll see. It's up to you, Free Smoke. 135. I don't know about that shit. We can hit 40. Oh, 135. Fuck that.
Last question. So you sat back and you saw the crazy things that Death Sentence said about you. You think the powers that be will ever let that fight happen? Because he said he's gonna gain weight and then do training and then beat your ass. Do you actually believe that?
Nah, they're protecting their cash pig, you know.
Cash
cow. They cash cow. Like Face already made multiple videos saying like no one can touch him. Wabdu, like pretty much just like he's his golden boy right now. So like if the fight can happen, I'll love to happen. I'll love just put hands on him just for the fuck of it. Like if I have to risk getting kicked from street beefs just to slap him once, like god damn it, I'll do it. But we'll see. For sure in the future, maybe near future, far future, the rematch with Wing C will for sure happen sooner or later.
That would be dope.
Like, that was a fun fight. Like Wing C's, like it's sad that he's friends with Death Sentence, but Wing C himself, like he's a cool guy. Like I fucked with him.
Absolutely. Well, for sure, Crazy Leg. Thanks for coming out, man. It was a dope ass show. We had a bunch of viewers in here. Got to talk shit. We should have also had the Blazian, the guy who's campaigning to fight him as well. But
campaign Blazian.
I don't think he's gonna make it. Everybody wants a piece of that Death Sentence, you know. But
it is what it is. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Good night, brother.
Catch up with you, brother.
Pretty good show. Some K.
Absolutely.
We're trying to get. Oh, woo! You ask and you shall receive, homie.
What is this? Y'all seem like a bunch of fans right now from our track. 619's back.
You asked for it.
Blazian. He only sees
red. Let's get it.
All I see is red. He's here. If
you're
following the group.
I'm wearing the fucking blue glasses right now, but it's all good. You know, I'll get the red ones later once I get some bag.
This guy's been doing what all you guys been doing. He's been talking his shit, making amazing promos, campaigning, promoting himself. Instead of just fighting, he does it all. He's campaigning for a fight with Death Sentence. So what were your thoughts on that fight, and what would you do different against the great Death Sentence, bro?
Oh, okay. Well, where do I even start, bro? Honestly. Well, firstly, I mean, I was gonna talk shit about Illuminate the State, but I was just watching that interview and I got respect for him, bro. Like he admitted where he went wrong. He admitted that he could have done better. Like, hey, bro, it is what it is. A fight's a fight, you know. I do think Death Sentence was fighting dirty, bro. Like for real. I mean, I saw like, yeah, he was hitting on the back of the head fucking several times, and not to mention that fucking 10-inch meat rocket he has swinging in between his fucking legs. Jesus fuck, bro, get rid of that shit.
Yeah,
I will say for sure. You're asking about what I'm going to do different if I were to fight Death Sentence. I already got this right here. Full ass fucking katana. I will personally neuter Death Sentence after I finish him. Make sure nobody has to worry about that shit ever again. Promise you.
Nice.
A burnt Bruno. Hey, bro, the fucking sun has been hitting, bro. Hey, you live in Vegas too, Smoke. So like,
That's hella racist, bro. A burnt Bruno Mars, bro. You know what I mean? Coming from a white guy, that's kind of racist. Free Smoke wilding out here.
and Bruno Mars is half Filipino. So
Bricks, who is this guy? You don't know who the Blazian is, boy. You better recognize, boy. You better look at the Blazian.
Oh, you need to watch my fight against King Up One. Watch my fight against King Up One. We'll see.
You better recognize the real one when you see one, you heard?
I'd scream right now, but like, fuck, I got some people around, you know?
Hey, Blazian, so when do you plan on fighting again, bro?
A lot of people have asked me about that, for sure.
Yeah.
And I will say, I'm going to be honest and say that I do got a personal life outside of fighting. I got shit that I got to work on. I got shit that I have obligations and all that. I would have fought like a long-ass fucking time ago if I didn't have all this dumb shit. But yeah. I'm still training. I'm still going. I mean, the fact that I'm promoting myself shows that I intend on coming back. I wouldn't be talking mad shit if I didn't plan on coming back, bro. Bro, if I was a bitch about it, I would have fucking took my shot. I would have took my shit on the chin and I would have dipped off the internet. But you still see me here. You still see me making memes. I fucking lost the fight. It was my first fight in Street Beefs. Lost that shit and it got 5,000 views and it's still going up. Promoting the fuck out of it, making memes. Fucking death sentence in my DMs, brother. Like, bro, I've only had one fight. I didn't expect that shit. I was posting shit out there, but I was kind of just spitballing with it. I didn't think that it was going to take off the way that it did. But
so
when
you got his attention. You got the great death sentence because I'm sure his DMs are crazy. I'm sure he gets tagged all the time, so he actually replied to you. What do you tell you?
That's what I figured. I was like, bro, like, I'm pretty sure this is like one out of like fucking hundreds of posts that he's tagged in every single day. Right. But it's the fucking AI generated post to me fucking standing over him, fucking pounding his face in that catches his attention.
Oh,
so
with like, fucking Mighty Mouse in the background, like
crying. Yes, hell yeah. I knew I had to put that in there, bro. I knew I had to put that in there. I knew that I was like the finishing touch, you know.
Oh, Free Smoke said you're the death sentence of the West Coast. What do you think about that comment?
Oh yeah, in a couple ways, you'll see how I'm a lot different from Death Sentence for sure. I'm definitely working on a couple things of my own, and Death Sentence and I would say we're on two sides of the same coin for sure. That's why I started calling them out. That's why I've been trying to push for this fight so much. And it isn't even that much that I'm trying to call them out or that I want the fight. It's other people see the similarities between us, so they see it to be as popular. They see the potential in it. They see two guys that are willing to go in there and go fucking crazy, and they know that means fireworks. They know that means entertainment. So. Hey, shout out to Loco. Shout out to Logan, bro. Saying, hey, you already know, bro. You already know Blazian's fucking hitting that shit, bro. You're going to be on top, bro.
Are you going to come back and do another boxing match? Are you going to do kickboxing, MMA? Which one is your go-to combat sport?
Everybody, I will say a lot of people ask me about
Muay Thai. Somebody told me you come from a kickboxing karate background. They're like, why didn't he do Muay Thai? He's more of a Muay Thai kickboxer than he is a boxer. Is that true?
I'm not going to give away too much. But I've been to a couple gyms here and there. I do have some experience training, not just boxing. But I'm interested in boxing right now. That's kind of where I'm trying to lay my stake. You will see me in kickboxing and MMA eventually. I do plan on moving over into those. But right now, boxing is where I'm trying to go.
That's what's up. And you live in Vegas?
Especially because of that loss, bro. Like, bro, I gotta fucking redeem myself. That ass, bro. I can't like, hey, if I move into kickboxing or MMA, people are gonna be going to Blazian Camp Box. That's why he moved. So I gotta prove a point real quick, and then I'll be moving in there. So, but yes, to answer your question, I do live in Vegas. I was born in
Free Smoke wants to know. He wants to know if you can't get death sentence, who would you want to fight from the West Coast Yard? Do you got anybody in sight?
That's a good question.
Who do I want to call out? Yeah, so I mean, realistically, death sentence probably wouldn't be my next fight, given all the shit that he has going on. You know, like if we're being grounded in reality, the death sentence fight isn't going to happen like right fucking away. But who would I want to call? I mean, definitely somebody in my fucking weight class for sure. King Up One was like 10 pounds heavier than me. So that's why I'm pretty sure the Mwamo combos he was hitting on me were hitting a lot more than I had expected them to. But I would honestly just want to fight somebody within my weight class. Like, I'm not too specific. I'm not like entirely specific about which name I'd want to call out, given that like I consider myself lucky that I've only had one fight in Street Beefs and I've been able to take it to this level. Like I didn't expect any of this to get to the level that it did. So for me, I would just honestly want to fight somebody that I'm actually similar with in fucking weight.
Yeah, I feel you. Are you going to be at the anniversary event? The huge
I got my eyes on that, bro. I got my eyes on that. I was tempted to sign up, if I'm being real with you. I know that there's like some big shit going on there.
Yeah,
I'm definitely interested in the anniversary event. Even if I'm not fighting, I do want to at least show up there. I want to at least just like see some fights, you know, meet some guys, do some fun shit. I know it'd be a fun day. For sure. Y'all should get some food trucks too, bro, for real. My homies were saying that. They're like, bro, if we had some fucking food in here, this shit would go crazy.
Yo, free smoke. We need food trucks. We need more shitters. Yeah, bro, I
took a piss out in the middle of the desert before my fight.
There definitely should be a
I was just like fucking, you know, trying to empty that shit, bro. I was just like out here in the fucking dirt, bro.
Yeah.
You gonna make a sparring between me and you, man?
Oh, there you go. There you go. Free Smoke says it's gonna be a food truck and it's gonna be a DJ there for the anniversary.
Oh, DJ. Hey, bro, I could get my guy, bro. If you need a DJ, I could get my guy.
Oh, okay, yeah, bring your guy. Yeah. So far we got these two lesbians coming through the DJ. But if you
hell no, they got no fucking taste. What are they gonna fucking do? Fucking Gene Aiko, bro? Get the fuck out of here. You need some real ass music, bro. Not that fucking lame ass fucking Taylor Swift bullshit.
No. We're talking about like EDM, you know what I mean? Like desert, you know, raving shit. You know what I mean?
Yes, I mean EDC is coming up in like a week, so I mean I can feel it.
You should find my homie Kiko. Who's Kiko?
Who the fuck is Kiko?
Yeah. Whoever wants to fight the Blazian, you gotta have at least a couple fights in you. You gotta have a big name, you know, because the Blazian is bringing that heat. You know what I mean?
I'm bringing that stock, bro.
Okay, Kiko he fought against Bloody Rap.
I'm telling you, bro. Next time I come back, bro, my next fight's gonna be interesting for sure. Like all of this is just build up for the return.
Sensation. No, Sunshine. He can't fight Sensation. What's your weight class?
I fluctuate between 140 to 145 pounds. I actually used to weigh less like a year ago. So I've been like I'm trying to put on some weight for sure because I'm not really interested in being fucking victim weight, you know?
Oh, so if you're in Vegas, you should be fighting every month. I mean, if I lived in Vegas, I'll be at Free Smokes every month.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Part of that has to do with where I live in Vegas, bro. So if you know how Vegas is like structured, a lot of the better gyms are more so like by the Strip and by the southern area of Vegas. I'm not going to get too specific, but I live more in like the north area, so it's a bit of a travel for me to get to those gyms for sure.
Yeah. I think I know where you live. North of the Stratosphere, that way, the hood.
What do you mean, like? Just north of the Stratosphere for sure. Like I definitely, like I said, I do live more in the northern area of the city, so
yeah.
Getting the fucking gyms and shit can be a problem. I see is red. I do want to put some All I See Is Red merch for sure. If there's like a good market for it, hey, well, we'll fucking do
it. Yeah. You should. All you guys with merch, print your shit out, bring it to fights. We all support each other. I think everybody has one of Soundcase t-shirts. I think everybody has a Coyote shirt.
Cardio is key. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So is Soundcase frozen? Soundcase frozen. I thought he was just staring into my soul. Like he's fucking frozen.
Fuck, dude.
That was scary. But
yeah, bro, it's just like locked in, bro.
Yeah, he's fucking locked in. He's looking right at you. Look at him.
Yeah, bro. Fuck, I'm sorry, bro. Shit, I didn't mean to talk that much shit, bro. I thought you were supposed to be cornering me, bro. Damn.
Yeah, but you and Darkness will be a banger. Darkness, OG Darkness, man.
OG Darkness is experience, bro. That motherfucker's former champ for sure, bro.
Extremely experienced as Darkness. Yeah, definitely.
I saw his fight against Ashira Mikey, bro. That shit was insane.
Yeah. He's in the Matrix. But yeah, well, Daniel's frozen. Soundcase frozen. Blade. What the heck? My shit just went off.
Yeah, what the fuck is Soundcase up to, bro?
Yo, I don't know. Yo, my shit's tripping out too. Oh, there you go. But yeah, hey, you were part of an amazing show. This was a highly viewed show. The views were nuts. You got anything to say before we wrap it up? I'll keep Soundcase on, but do you want to?
Yeah, bro. What the fuck is with Soundcase, bro? For real? Like, is he even saying anything? Shit. Okay, I guess we'll say this. Follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is @LamugMMA. I'm posting a bunch of shit, posting a bunch of funny shit. You'll definitely see some more AI-generated content from me, more memes, and keep an eye out for my next fight because all I see is red, bro.
Absolutely.
Weapon M. Weapon M.
We back.
Shit, Soundcase back. Okay, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody asked me if I would fight Weapon M. Weapon M and I are actually in like within the same weight class for sure. I believe he did this.
Weapon M is about to fight for the title. I think right. He's in like title contention.
He
correct?
just fought. He actually just fought the Protestant for the title like a few weeks ago. That shit was insane.
Yeah.
No, that was they were that was like a number one contenders fight.
Oh,
So the winner of that is fighting Coyote, which was the Protestant.
Okay. Crazy.
And that's lined up for anniversary.
I'm not sure the date. Isaac got it, but it's coming.
Yeah, Weapon M is good, bro. Weapon M is honestly a skilled fucking fighter. I think he debuted like last year. And so the fact that he's been able to get to the point that he's at right now, like that definitely shows his skill and his talent for sure.
Yeah.
I'll give guys credit where they're due, bro. Honestly, like I talk my shit, but like I can give guys their respect. And I know it takes a lot of balls and it takes a lot of hard work to fucking get in there.
Absolutely.
You got any questions for the great Blazian something?
Talk your shit.
Say that one more time.
What the fuck? Hey, bro, fucking death sentence, bro. You didn't have to respond to my shit, but you did anyway. So I'm gonna assume that there's some type of value going on there. Like, you already know I'm fucking waiting, bro. I'm gonna keep talking my shit, and I'm saying this right now for any of the people out there that are doing like the actual promotional organizational stuff for street beefs. If I fight death sentence, I will promote that shit better than anybody he has ever fought. Like the build up to this fight will be insane. I'm telling you. Like you thought that shit with the Mighty Mouse shit, you thought all that shit was crazy. I'm telling you, I will amp that shit up to another level.
Oh, we know you will. Yeah, you just gotta get your fights up. You gotta get your hype up, and then people would demand it. You know, you already got the persona, the personality. You know what I mean? Everything online. Then we just need the fights. You just start racking up wins.
Yes, definitely. That is my plan for sure. Like, I mean, I'm still training. I'm still getting that working right now. So. You guys will see me soon for sure.
Yeah. Anything else, Sunke? Anything else before we wrap it up for our boy?
Y'all touched every point, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody asked for my workout regimen. Hey, bro, like I said, I go crazy on the fucking punching bag at Planet Fitness, bro. That punching bag is real love. I'm telling you, bro. I beat that punching bag harder than my dick, bro. Dead ass.
Oh, there you go.
Wama versus the Blazian. Oh my god, Wama's also a skilled dude, bro. Wama's a fucking. Wama was one of the first fighters I started watching when I like.
Wama's a very skilled boxer, bro.
Yeah, seriously.
Wama is a legend.
Yes.
Wama. No. Wama, to be accurate, is a myth.
Yeah.
We've seen Wama, but you don't see Wama.
Me
and 619 have witnessed Wama in real life, but
legendary.
Not too many people have seen a Wama in real life, bro.
You know, kidding. Seems like he's like always fucking fishing or like going hiking or some shit like that, bro. Like you see, they're trying to be one with nature,
bruh. Yeah.
Well, I think Wama versus Broke Mark would actually be a good fight. I think that would actually be like that'd be a competitive fight for sure.
Absolutely. Well, Blazian, we're trying to wrap this up. Thank you for coming on, being part of this historic show. Ended it with All I See Red.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, well,
get those red sunglasses too, bro. The blue is just kind of like something I threw together.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be catching you your next fight. Well, hopefully you fight soon.
Oh yeah.
We'll have you back on, brother.
For sure. Take it easy.
All right, brother. My boy Diesel, turn your camera up. I was about to.
I think that was the cue. I was like, oh yeah, Diesel say, let's go.
Nah. I was listening.
Diesel has been missing from the group, from the fight game. I was asking if he wanted to jump on with me last time or produce. He said, I got too much shit going on right now. Personal life, I don't got time for none of this fuck shit. But here he is. He's blessing us with his presence, bro.
I've been watching. I've been listening. I've been commenting. As producer.
All right.
It's my job to give the people what they want. Now, please forgive me if I'm stepping on toes, but I'm risking it. And we want to touch on one topic, and I think you know what it is.
What's this topic?
Oh, it's a 619 topic.
Everybody wants to know
Yes.
about 619
Yeah.
and the white Mexican,
Hermanos
aka,
nomás.
AKA Wedo.
The
Look, I wasn't gonna jump on. I wasn't. But then Free
I'm
Smoke
glad
said,
you
if
did.
y'all don't talk about Wedo, he's unsubscribing, and we just can't have that.
Hey, I wasn't letting him slide. I told him before we even did the show. Like, yeah,
Wrapped it up yesterday. I'm like, yo, like, did you watch that whole hour thing? Like, dude, that shit's sad. That shit was like just weird. I don't know. I don't like. What was your take on it on this 40-year-old man in the back shack just talking about me for an hour? What was your take from that?
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it because it's like you said. I didn't watch it because, like you said, it's sad to me, and I just don't want to even. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to see it. It's like two friends fighting, but you know, my job has to come first sometimes. So that's why I was like, fuck it. We just hop in. And I already said what I had to say, so I'm just gonna let you take it away.
Okay, okay. What was I talked to Daniel earlier, and I was kind of like, because I was getting messages like, yo, yo, what the fuck was that video about? Like, is it dude from his own squad? Like, yo, is it real? Is it fake? Like, why is he talking? Like, why is he reading messages, bro? It's like weirdo female shit. Like, I'm never gonna read screenshots. It's weird. He's bringing up messages and he has guests to back up his little claims. I thought it was bizarre, like his obsession and jealousy of me for no reason. But what did you come out of that 1 hour 619 bashing? Go for it.
I looked at it as a great vehicle to be used as promotion for you guys' fight, and that's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You ain't watched the live? Cool. Let's skip straight to the fight.
Yeah.
When are we getting Hermanos nomás? Because what I want that.
That dude would literally have to like pay me to fight him, bro. He's a negative fighter, no cardio. What's gonna happen? It doesn't even motivate me to train. Like, I'm gonna train for Wedo, a guy who quits multiple times when the tough gets going, he quits. Like, he's not a real fighter. He's never been a real fighter for me. Like, he just lost to the fucking Canadian, to my son. Like, what are we doing? When does side B tell side A what to do? You know what I mean? Like, I got Venom Black coming up, main event, humongous card. Wedo says January, I'll be ready. I need 7 months to train for the Great 619. Like, bro, sorry, we got fights, man. We got I'm looking at Venom Black. I'm looking at Colossus. I'm looking at Bigfoot. Like bangers. Like, Wedo put in 30 seconds like a bitch, like he always does. You know what I mean? It does nothing for me.
Let's do it then. Bitch. Sign the dotted line, you little fucking hoe.
There's no dotted line, Wedo.
Yeah. Come do it.
I'm going to fight you.
Just come do it. That's fear. You were afraid.
Okay, I'm scared. I'm fighting Venom Black, but I'm scared.
You are afraid. Yeah, I mean, which doesn't make sense to me. You're just scared. That's all.
It's not
is
fear.
what it is.
It's not fear. He's not scared. He's sad about it, bro.
He isn't sad about it. If he was sad about it, he would have fixed it. I've been on the phone with him. He never wants to apologize for being a fucking lying little cunt. Never.
It sounds like doesn't it sound like a jealous bitch, like a jealous ex-girlfriend?
The way you
just come handle it. Come handle it.
Look.
Handle it.
He read text.
If it was anybody else, you'd be in the cage with him. But because it's me and you're afraid.
I will never do. It's against my race to read messages, to put up screenshots. Okay. I'll never do it. You're a white boy. You're a weirdo. You could do that. I'll never do that shit. And I'll never fight you for doing that stupid, goofy shit, bro. So You could suck my dick. Your little minions, the Scorpios, these bums that look up to you, they go, I'll suck my dick, and you'll never fight me. I'll keep fighting.
That's because you're scared, and that's fine. That's okay. You're allowed to be scared. I'm the only person you've been scared of, which doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense at all. But that's fine. You do you, brother. You do you. You ain't shit though. You just a little bit.
Continue to talk about me. Keep reading messages. And continue to have my dick in your mouth.
Okay, I'm gonna post every week, brother. Every fucking week.
Yes. Yes. Keep burning me. Yes. There's your Weddle. There's your negative fighter. I think he's like 3-7. Like, bro, I got more wins than Homeboy's got fights, bro. He's an embarrassment. And so there you go. Weddle came on. Told him to suck my dick. I'll tell him that every time I see him, and that's that. Boom, boom, boom. Your thoughts, Diesel and Sonke?
You know, the thing about it is,
you got what you wanted. You got what you wanted right there. The best was at the end of the show, wasn't it?
This fucking channel, it's spicy. It's spicy. Okay. And for some reason, I've been feeling these last months, shit's been going down in my life that it's turned me evil as fuck. And I'm still feeling like that right now. So that's that's another reason why I hopped on. I sent Weddle the invite because I felt like stirring it up. And that's all that was, you know what I'm saying?
It's what the people want. I'm gonna be real with you. We want the culture. We want to see this fight, but we want to see y'all get along afterward. Point blank.
Nah. See, that's the thing is that this is the thing. So we had played around with it about how we were gonna like fight for you guys, right? And we were like, cool. And he said, if I beat the Canadian, will you fight me? And I said, yeah, go be my son. That's a layup. He failed, right? So the fight was off. Then
there's more motivation right now than ever.
In his little brain, how can I get this fight with the great 619, the double jab, headline cards? Oh my God, he got Venom Black out here. Oh, why can't I be like him? Let me start posting on messages. Let me try to get under his skin. But that fool would literally have to pay for my hotel, my flight, and my car in January to fight Weddle. You know what I mean? So if you pay me Weddle, I'll beat your ass. But you know, you gotta pay. Oh, okay. The side C will never tell side A what to do ever, bro. It's weirdo shit. Oh, it's my other Mijo right here. The Terrifier, the guy with no striking skills at all.
Yeah.
What happened to
I see it as
he got
I see it like this.
Right?
Yeah, I see it like this. Jake Paul, right? He takes great pleasure in telling motherfuckers no. And that's the type of energy that I'm getting. Jake Paul.
Oh, absolutely. 619 is coming up with a clever way to be like, it's cool.
Yeah.
Diesel.
Nah. Diesel low key looks like he's in a dark place right now. I'm not gonna lie. The dark shades at night. It looks like he hasn't slept. My boy.
There's the body in the trunk right now.
But he looks like he's on the way to dig a hole somewhere. I'm not gonna lie.
But yeah, man. I mean, people. I don't know, bro. It may be what the doctor ordered. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, you've always had came off as a very smart individual. You know, you're very good with your words. I feel like you read a lot of books, just like Daniel. I'm sure you've read, The Art of War and such books like that, right? All that good stuff.
Not the full book, but I know excerpts.
Okay, now when it comes to war, would you ever do what your enemy tells you to do? Your enemy's gonna tell you, you're gonna fight me in January, and it's gonna be this type of fight, and you're gonna be like, all right, sir. Like it's just like
But
weird.
guess what happens? Guess what happens when you assume that position? When you feel like you have that power,
Yeah.
and the crowd doesn't agree.
Yeah.
We
Well, I
could,
mean, he does have,
you
he does
know,
have that
what
power.
we should do? We should do a poll. We should do a poll to see whether this should really go down, so you can see where the people lie. Because you feel one way, like your side A, he's side C, right? Do the people care about that?
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. It doesn't matter because
Right.
even if they want it so bad, it just makes it even more satisfying to say no.
Oh,
Maybe.
that's my boy. See, that's
Maybe.
the thing. It's like when you're on top, you don't listen to like the minions. You don't listen to like the Scorpios, these peasants, the McPeaks, the losers, the bums.
There's only one way.
You're
There's only
scared. You're scared.
there's
You're
only
scared.
there's only one way to get this fight to happen.
Tell us, Great Diesel.
Look, if it was me, if I was in 619's position, the only way that I would fucking accept is if
So long.
my main number one side bitch started gaslighting me into doing it.
Number one side bitch.
And that's number one out of 100. That's the only way. But
yeah, these women. Yeah, you don't listen to what peasants. You imagine me listening to peasants. You know what I mean? Like dudes with losing records trying to tell me who to fight when I should fight. Bro, we're looking at big fights right now. We focus on Venom Black. Who knows? I might even be fighting after this year. I got like 3 bangers coming up. Bigfoot, Colossus, and Venom Black are like my fights that I got like in my view right now. Like Weto's like nowhere near there, bro. Bro, he was in my city. He came to my city. He made a stupid video about he's looking for me. So I send him the address, bro. You know where I live, and then you know the gym I'm at. You just pull up, you sign a little waiver, and I could like legally kill you. Instead, he jumped on the plane and went back home like a bitch. So he could have pulled up right there, and we could have squabbled up like men on video, no cameras. And then I'll be like, hey, that was dope how you pulled up. You talking shit. We beat the fuck out of each other. Oh, I beat the fuck out of you. Now we'll do it in the cage. Or he probably would never want to do it in the cage. But yeah, the whole shit, like this whole shit's goofy. Like it's just goofy shit. I lost all respect for that dude. So yeah, I can't fight.
Hey, and that's your position. That's your view. You know what I'm saying?
When you're sitting on Mount Everest, you don't kind of listen to what the people down there are yelling at you. I got people screaming at me. Well, I'm just looking down at y'all. You know what I mean? So
yeah. And hey, look, I'm just here to facilitate. I'm just here to
instigate,
facilitate. And that's it. So like, someone in the comments said these are out here like Don King. Yeah, I mean, I never thought of it like that, but like that's kind of what I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not as active in the ring as I've been in the past, but there's still ways to be active, and there's still ways to stay relevant. And not that I worry about staying relevant. It's just I saw a opening, opportunity to pop up, and so I took it. You know what I'm saying? And it takes 3 to tango in this instance. Got 619, we got myself, and then we got Weto. So we made it happen. You know what I'm saying? If anyone else has anything else that they want to know, they're just beating a dead horse at that point,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah, you guys could continue to watch from the bleachers. I'll keep having these huge fights. We brought out Loose Cannon, whack 100, free my boy Loose. He's in the feds right now. They came out just to watch your boy put on a show, embarrass McPeak, and then McPeak and McWeddle have a McBitch session for an hour. Wee. Like a couple of bitches talking about like the big dick that they can't eat up. Like it's weird. Like weirdo shit, bro. Like I'm just different cloth. I grew up different. We don't do shit like that. So lost our respect for that dumbass. So he could continue to watch from me from the bleachers and boo me, and I'll keep racking up bouts. And that's that. Anything else, Tomke?
Nah, man. I'm just I'm thinking about the Venom Black fight and the fight with Weddle and Hitman Hamilton. That'll be the moment you guys probably see each other again.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering how that's gonna look.
But nothing's gonna look. We were just together in the same building for like 5 hours. I cornered Shimigani, my Shimigani, pieced up his Scorpio. Beautiful moment. That was it. Nothing happened. There was no issue with this. Oh, I'm gonna punch you through your face when I see you. I'm gonna pull up whoopty whoop whoopty whoop.
Thanks for the $5. Thanks for the $5, Terrifier. But your shit, I mean, no one really gives a fuck what you have to say. So
thank you, bro. This is the West Coast branch, bro. You're not really a factor out here, Terrifier. You know what I mean? You got banned from your own branch. You don't fight anymore. You're playing patty cake in the army somewhere. We don't know what you're doing.
He needs to worry about that haircut. He needs to worry about that haircut because that shit's out of range.
You need to worry about me smacking the waves off your head when I see you. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
How long was I trying to? Was I begging you to box me? And you said, "I'll never box 619. I'll never box 619."
Terrifier is the only one in Street Beefs who ducked Shinigami.
Straight up. I begged. Terrifier must be like 280. I begged this fool to box me. He said, "I'll never box 619." You know what I mean? So.
Stupid.
Looking like a buff lesbian and shit.
Yeah, dude.
But anyways,
y'all stupid.
You got anything? You guys got anything? Scorpio and Scorpio. So, Sunken and Diesel.
Nah, man, just another fire show, bro. Just another fire show. I think we hit every point that we needed to hit. Great guests. You know what I'm saying?
Look what I created. Look what I created with my bare hands. He hates me. You don't even want to be with me, you know.
Hell yeah. Good to see you in good spirits, Diesel. We've been wondering. We've been missing you. You've been MIA. You showed your face. You brought in old man Weddle in here for no reason. But hey, you did it. You know what I mean?
That was for my own satisfaction and really for Free Smoke's satisfaction because that's my boy too. And I wasn't gonna do it, and I told Weddle I wasn't gonna do it, but then I did it anyways because I'm a liar. I'm a narcissistic liar, and I only care about my own source of attention. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. No, and that was perfect because we like.
What? I ain't even know.
Yeah, no. Well, I didn't even know. I had Sunshine texting me in the background. I'm thinking, oh, Sunshine got to jump on. So she's texting me stuff like, yeah, anybody can jump on. And then, ta-da, Weddle's on here. You know what I mean? But it's all good. People were asking about it in the chat, so we got him on. Then he jumped. It was perfect. We had a beautiful show.
Yeah, it was. Because originally we were gonna talk about that like at the very beginning of the show. Yeah. So the fact that we ended it, yeah, that's just right.
It was the perfect show. Amazing guest. Shout out to Blazian, Illuminate the State, Crazy Legs, the whole recap, and then you guys got a little taste of me and Weddle finally to each other.
Yo.
Well, there you go, gentlemen. You got anything to say before we sign off? It's been an amazing Sunday night.
Diesel, you want to go?
Nah, not really. Just I don't know. When I'll be back, but I want to be more involved with the channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break off the off the side bit.
Well,
So I'm taking a year off.
Terrified said all you guys are bums anyways. Daniel said, who you talking about? So he pretty much called everybody. He said all y'all bums. All right.
Oh, the award show. Daniel made a good point. The award show is coming up soon. I kind of dropped the ball on that because in the chat, the award show chat, we're supposed to send our picks in. I just haven't
been busy.
To be completely honest, I haven't been that interested in anything except work, the gym, and a couple other things. But you know, I would like to be part of the award show still, if it's possible. If not, no worries. I understand. You know what I'm saying? Gotta do what you gotta do.
You'll be on it. You'll be on it. We've been cooking a award show. You guys asked for, like, hey, what happened to the 2024 award show? You guys do it every year.
Yep.
Daniel was busy, but then we talked about it behind the scenes, and we got the picks in: Fighter of the Year, KO of the Year, Standout Performance, Rookie of the Year, the usual stuff we always pick. So that's we're cooking that show up for you guys. We're gonna have a dope award show, just like we
and
always
it's coming
do.
soon. It's coming soon. Y'all ain't gotta wait too long.
Absolutely.
Announce the date. Daniel's orders.
I forgot the day, but I got it locked in on my phone.
I want to say it's June 20th or 22nd. It's a Sunday.
It's the Sunday, yeah.
It's the Sunday after Juneteenth, I think, right?
There you go. Yeah, you guys.
The 20th or the 22nd, like you said.
There you go. There you go, boys. We out of here.
Man, another fire show, y'all.
Diesel, okay. Thank you, brothers.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna bring it to the outro and then we done.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Shout out to Hard in a Fight. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? That's